Let me start with a question. Have you ever noticed that the ideas you remember most, the songs that stay in your head, the people who truly inspire you, are rarely the perfect ones? They're the honest ones. Think about it. The speaker who admits they were afraid, the artist who broke the rules, the leader who said, "I don't have all the answers." Now imagine this. What if the greatest block to your creativity isn't lack of talent, time, or resources, but the fear of being real? Because creativity doesn't respond to pressure. Creativity responds to permission. And authenticity is permission. Today, I want to show you why authenticity attracts creativity, and how embracing who you truly are doesn't limit your ideas, it unleashes them. We'll explore this through 5 powerful factors. Factor 1. Authenticity creates psychological safety. Creativity cannot exist where fear dominates, when we pretend, perform, or constantly self-edit. Our brain goes into protection mode, and a brain in survival mode does not innovate it. Authenticity creates psychological safety. It sends a message to your mind. I don't have to be perfect to belong here. When you allow yourself to be real, messy, uncertain, unfinished, you reduce the internal pressure that kills creative flow. This is why some of your best ideas show up in the shower, on a walk, late at night, moments where you're not trying to impress anyone. Authenticity removes the invisible audience in your head, and once that audience leaves, creativity finally speaks. Key idea. When you feel safe to be yourself, your imagination feels safe to explore. Factor 2. Authenticity unlocks originality. Here's a hard truth. You cannot be original while trying to fit in. When you chase approval, you automatically borrow ideas. You copy trends. You soften your edges. You dilute your voice. But creativity thrives on difference. Authenticity means drawing from your real experiences, your struggles, your culture, your failures, your perspective. No one else has lived your exact life. That means no one else can create from that same source. The moment you stop asking, "Will they like this?" and start asking, "Is this true to me?" your work gains a signature. That's why authenticity attracts creativity. It gives it a unique home. Original ideas don't come from trying to stand out. They come from standing within yourself. Factor 3. Authenticity fuels emotional energy. Creativity requires energy, and pretending is exhausting. Every time you hide who you are, you spend energy maintaining a mask. That energy has to come from somewhere, and often it comes at the expense of creativity. Authenticity, on the other hand, is energizing. When you speak, write, design, or lead from truth, something shifts. Your body relaxes. Your voice strengthens. Your ideas flow faster. That's because emotional honesty creates momentum. Think about the last time you created something you truly believed in. You probably didn't need motivation. You didn't need reminders. You didn't need external validation. Why? Because authenticity fuels. Passion fuels creativity. When your work matters to you, creativity shows up naturally. Factor 4. Authenticity encourages creative risk-taking. Creativity always involves risk. A new idea might fail. A bold thought might be misunderstood. An honest expression might be judged. But authenticity changes the equation. When you are grounded in who you are, rejection becomes feedback, not a verdict on your worth. Authenticity says, even if this doesn't work, I'm still me. And that mindset frees you to experiment. You try new approaches. You explore unconventional paths. You say what hasn't been said yet. Because creativity doesn't come from certainty, it comes from courage. And courage grows when you stop performing and start expressing. Authenticity doesn't eliminate fear. It makes fear manageable. Factor 5. Authenticity creates connection, and connection inspires creativity. Here's the final and most powerful reason. Authenticity attracts creativity. Authenticity creates connection. When people sense truth, they lean in. When they feel honesty, they respond. When they recognize themselves in your story, creativity multiplies. Ideas don't live in isolation. They evolve through dialogue, collaboration, and shared meaning. Authenticity invites others into your creative process, and once that happens, feedback becomes richer. Ideas grow deeper. Creativity becomes collective. The most impactful creative work doesn't just express the creator. It resonates with the audience, and resonance comes from truth. So let me leave you with this. Creativity isn't something you chase. It's something you allow, and the door it enters through is authenticity. When you stop trying to be impressive and start being honest. When you stop copying and start trusting. When you stop hiding and start showing up as yourself. Creativity doesn't just visit you, it stays. Because authenticity isn't the enemy of creativity, it's the source. Thank you. Do it.